I can't believe it. Nocturnal forced the game 3 after yet another close game, 13-11. That ended on Fracture. Huge turnaround on their offense in the end. So back and forth we go. Momentum swing after momentum swing. Riv, what made the difference for you for Nocturnal in the end?
A lot of these shots, a little bit of craziness, a little bit of love, a little bit of spice, everything nice here for the side of Nocturnal. And honestly, the discipline that was changed from game 1 to game 2 to be serious on the situation. They were able to control themselves in situations where they would push forward, where they'd get a little too antsy, and they're doing it as a team. It's not one person making an error. These are situations they're trying to put into play, and some aren't coming out on top, and a lot of those are in the post plant. Here, we did not see as many, if any, except for that one where they tried to Rolling Thunder spawn and go a little too hard, leaving nobody in sight. So a lot of control there brought in by Nocturnal, but we still saw Team Karma just throwing haymakers the whole time. So they're no one to scoff at.
Well, at least the Gompers, looking at these stats, Nocturnal are still very good at first bloods, and this time they came out with a dub.
Yeah, it was a bit too close for comfort, but yeah, I mean, I have to agree with you. Again, like, kind of reverting back to what Ray was saying, I think it was like in the last map, like those conversions were definitely one of the biggest problems, and I feel like Nocturnal definitely understood how to bring back those rounds when they started losing. Although, again, biggest issue, Fracture is such an attacker-sided map that it's like, either way, it's going to be hard to come back once you're on the defense from TK.
It felt like both teams had really strong offenses. Gompers, what did you think led to Nocturnals just being a little bit better at the end? Is it just those like 2 clutches that we see that made the 2-round difference?
Maybe, honestly, like that could have definitely been it. I feel like everybody makes mistakes here and there, but it really is those last couple seconds that make everything memorable. But I feel like overall for TK, the thing that I was missing out on, again, is like, I talked a bit about the fact that it's more attacker-sided on Fracture, and we haven't necessarily found like the perfect way to play on that defense. And in my opinion, it really felt like we were kind of lacking in that Sentinel role. Julia, at some point, Nocturnal started getting adjusted to Julia's trips, and it didn't feel that way when TK was on the attack for Nocturnal. Like, we did see a lot of the time Icy making their trips very complex in order to fit the occasion, and people were constantly getting stuck in those.
And Riv, I mean, we have spoken at length about Hero and the impact that they have for Nocturnal, and this time on those entry frags yet again.
Yeah, a lot of times Hero is the chaos that we see Nocturnal needing to get into these sites, making sure that there's someone for the opponent to look at so the rest of the team can make sure that opponent goes down. It's kind of like you're throwing yourself in as fodder and relying on your team to come up big. But there's also a job for Hero, and that Hero has to be instantaneous, right?
Yeah.
At whatever target pops up, shoot it immediately. So it becomes it's like a game you put yourself in. It's a midi game each time, and it seems like Hero thrives in it. I love watching Jets that do this and are fearless to throw themselves in for the better of the team. It's the way it should be done.
And Gompers, these stats are incredible. 1 in 3 shots are headshots. ACS through the roof. Almost a 2 KDA. Like, Hero obviously made a huge difference, and I don't think Karma's like Jet was that far behind either.
No, genuinely they did. And again, like, you're looking at Nocturnal, you're looking at their first bloods. Like, somebody has to do that. It is going to be Hero all the time. And it really did feel like the only reason why we even got on the sites as fast as we did was because Hero was always the first one clearing. Hero was always the first one to feel that confidence, which I also feel like led the Team Karma to actually sit back and play those retakes as often as they were. It was very hard to play against Hero majority of the time when they were entering.
Been a long day, but an exciting one. You can tell all these players are putting all the energy on the field. Y'all are giving us the energy on the mics. But Riv, at what point does exhaustion start to set in? I mean, obviously you don't call yourself Team Nocturnal if you're not Nocturnal, but this is their second match of the day. They've been playing all day.
That's a great question because we're also going almost the max amount of rounds in each game. Well, we have plus an overtime. So it becomes really difficult when you're wearing yourself thin and you're playing maps that also may not be in your pool when you're kind of done. A few of the times we did see in the beginning that Nocturnal was I was falling asleep at the wheel. They were just sitting there and they weren't hitting their shots. But that they seem to have shaken that off. Does that fall back in? They have to keep that staved off, right? So it does become serious. I would say that Team Karma knows a lot about it coming into this game, but Nocturnal is no stranger to pressure, apparently. They've had the comebacks. They've shown us the versatility in their strats. So I'm going to say they're good. They all have the energy. And that coffee or whatever was given to everyone that we've had so far. And this long day of awesome series is injected.
Well, game, set, and match, y'all. This is the decider on Haven. The winner of this moves on to the round of 16. The loser to the lower bracket. Let's find out who will take it all between Nocturnal and Team Karma. Casters, take it away.
Oh, man, this could either be completely one-sided or it could be the same thing that we've been seeing each and every game. And I am a bit fearful because I really do feel like, you know, with Team Karma, the moment that they're in their element, again, we kind of saw like a hint of it on Fracture. I mean, on Lotus, I do feel like the potential is there to really take things south.
Yeah, I agree on that. We'll have to see how this plays out. I can't imagine that there'll be too much conditioning to one site for Karma. But it looks like they're going to start towards A. And Nocturne off the rip here, Gompers. Flying out into the site, into mid and almost into window as Team Karma hits A site.
Yeah, there's obviously always a reason why Hero is getting all these first bloods. You can vividly see why here, especially on the defense. Although already TK getting the plant.
Oh, that was a headshot for a second.
I think it might be a nice peek, Julia. Again, this is the most important round of all.
Oh my gosh.
Really putting your momentum out there, seeming like Julia's still struggling to peek this. A bit afraid, but also knowing the Sova's there. I think it's a nice pick, regardless of the occasion. Still, though, 3v2. Ethan's not looking too good. Emmy is popping off with the 3K. But then again, it's Rain to take things back into action.
I thought there was almost no way for that to happen. But Nocturnal is just like somehow there's a light at the end of the tunnel, does get snuffed out there, but all the headshots that they receive on the way in, and then Emmy comes up with a 3K classic by closing the distance on quite a few. It's not enough though. Team Karma come up with that one. The Omen v Omen goes to Rain as she is 2-0-0 to start on a pistol round. Bulldog there with that much money coming in and the plant going down for the squad. Look at that score line up in the top left. This has been one heck of a series across Lotus and Fracture, and we expect no different here on Haven. It's going to be a good game, Gompers.
Oh, the beast's so free. It's like you know that they don't know, but you just want to tell them. It's there.
Revealing area.
Right in front of you. Util used for a site that has no util, which is surprising. I'm surprised even the Killjoy didn't necessarily put something towards there. Everybody just went around down towards save. But of course, a save round. Not much to put into this round as well. Ellie finding Hero on the entry out. Try to find a frag in the extremities.
Nice watch on the flank. Easy pickups. Classics to go down. And trying to dodge that one. Bungie actually gets 3. You see Bungie putting themselves way up in the fight. Get that Blade Storm online much sooner and try to take advantage of this game right away. Get a little replay here. Nice coverage on Garage. They have to expect somebody hopping out window to come up on the fast B push, which was somewhat executed. Everybody fell out of sight, which I still think was a good idea. It's kind of the scary thing to do if it's a gun round. But good to go there. Well played, well thought out. And let's see, once we get guns online here, what Nocturnal can do versus Team Karma. Little A push.
Ooh.
That was gross. Nice little lob dart there to take out the util.
It's another 3B site with literally at the touch of just the shock dart, and that's beautiful in itself because the way that works out is immense pre-tax now because of that util just completely gone out of the books, pushing themselves out towards grass, gets eliminated, so that's going to be a huge punishment.
Yeah. Triple blind. And that's Team Karma looking to clean this one up, but Icy and Hero say no.
I'd be too afraid to peek because if anything, so many players left standing. Bungie having some difficulty, super lit. So you say it, that's going to be a nice play. Getting a headshot straight through the smoke. The Vandal versus the Spectre. Who's going to win it out? Oh, but the shoulder's peeking through. They know it's there. Oh, Icy.
No.
I don't even think there's enough time regardless. Yeah.
I thought it got to half. That wasn't at half. I thought it was at half. Oh, no. They must have brought a different spike. What a round. I did not expect Team Karma to get that after the frags we saw coming in again from Emmy. The start here was good. And then they basically ran the, they won't do it again. No, they went B again. They did. Straight dash in, straight dash out.
Oh, funny.
And Julia still able to delay enough. The clutch there. And that's going to swing a few rounds now. Team Karma starting off really well here on Haven.
TK are on a very, very good streak right now. I think overall, like, really, it was that shock dart. And you can see, because of that, Icy's pushing up, not using util here. Play in turret window, along with themselves. Julia is waiting for the push to come, because they know it's going to happen.
Oh. Just flying dog, cruising on by. And it looks like they are going to get a free C here. So retake play with the low buy coming in from Nocturnal as they kind of guard and push up A. You can see Nocturnal trying to grab information on the map. And again, Team Karma seems to just easily avoid this. Maybe seen by the Trailblazer there, but they take C. They're going to garrison this now. We'll see if Nocturnal can get themselves back in. They do have the Rolling Thunder, but that would be ambitious to use.
Yeah, speaking of that ambition, I think it's ambitious enough to try to get this flank around, expecting nobody to know where you are, but Hero gets a good shot off. Despite having the classic, so much util used just for that fight alone. Even one enemy remaining, it seems like it's going to be a done deal.
Not too much damage done. Nocturnal, only a tiny scratch on Karma for that one. And you see 4 rounds in a row, resulting from kills. All on the team of Nocturnal. So the money's going to start ebbing and flowing pretty hard if they cannot win this round on the side of Nocturnal. They have to defend hard. They have to put this op to work. I'd say op and a Blade Storm possibly. So 2 rounds that could still work here for Nocturnal once they get that ultimate on next round if they don't use it here. And Team Karma just goes for the heaven play.
Okay. That does not feel good. Rain even used their ultimate to get up that position, but getting shut down immediately. Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
Lots of little rotations to get back to default here as Hero finally finds that operator kill. It comes online. And now Team Karma has to be worried a bit. Once you hear that, the strategies change. Once you know who's shooting it, the strategy changes. People can have that hero aura, and you play a little bit differently, not wanting to give that person frags, not wanting to build that confidence, and you have to be careful how much it affects your game. Oh, the push forward, though. They're looking for the frags.
Well, they don't know. Man, I love strats like that where you're crouching, the other person behind you standing.
You love the over-under?
Play. Over-under, that's what it's called. I love that. It's just a classic. Like
it's as old as time. It's a good one. In the other previous games like Old Society, you just stand on each other's head and do it. It was real awkward. Yeah. 4-1 now. Nocturnal. Getting that operator online. Hero. See how much pressure they can put on. Is it going to be a B play now? They feel like mid might come into... The operator mid?
Placing sentry.
Okay. No support either. I thought we were going to see Emmy come over here and give a little bit of help, but it might just be the double flash from Garage. I don't know. They're okay, here we go. There's help. We're good. We're good.
Get out of my way.
Garage watch. Oh. Everything is very scary right now. And I like the kind of pressure that Nocturnal's putting out here. But Team Karma just seems to have an answer for it each time, Gompers.
Even with the help, I feel like the majority of the times, as we've seen the op throughout the days, it hasn't worked in a way where I really felt like it was necessary, which a lot of the time players seem to drop it. So I'm hoping with Hero there could be kind of that different outcome. Already with standing, turret, noticing these players in a rotation being picked off.
Slowing things down. Double lockdown.
Oh, does it even hit? Actually, yeah, it does.
There
the lockdown's there. Hero is just stuck in a corner. I'm surprised they've made it out alive.
Spike planted.
They're using the ult to their own advantage. A nice first shot taken off of Rain. Still looking for the second here. Blade Storm.
They're in.
Gonna be a super big play leading up to this moment, and it still is scary. Hero goes down despite having the Blade Storm on lockdown, but Julia's gonna have to be the win condition here. You got a couple Vandals and Phantoms down in the hands of TK. There is a possibility here. They managed to take it. Julia's looking good. No, spraying in the wrong side of the smoke.
Pretax just stays there. In that moment, you're just giggling to yourself. And Pretax was like, I'm good with this. Wasn't even really looking for the frag as you saw another round for Nocturnal as they squeak that one out. Operator does get picked up. That's big. Hero takes that out. The Rolling Thunder did a lot of damage. And what a defuse. Through the legs, over and under. That's a technical defuse. That's a technical defuse right there.
Cover going out.
Oh my word. All right, round 7 coming in. Hero with the operator now at C with a push from Pretax, waiting for audio cues. And they're taking Garage, Gompers.
Hero's there though, he's watching it. It's only one pick. That's all you need to bring yourself up to the lead here. TK needed, if anything. Because again, once Nocturnal start running on that momentum, it's going to be game over. Dog, Trailblazer already seeking it out.
The creep to mid. So many B. They actually have great utility for B. Breach is cool. If you can keep Emily alive, you have Aftershock for front utility, fault lines for peak utility. It just really makes it difficult for a team to defuse on the front side of B here. A cute little dart towards the top side to clear out Bookshelf and the rest of B's site. And it looks like they'll try to traverse this and get the plant down.
Oh, even then. Nocturnal again kind of pushing for that same push they've opted for again and again. The punishment there, and it never ends. It feels like we've seen that same punishment every single time they want to peek. Pretax location given away. The Killjoy doesn't know. Julia's still watching the angle, but of course the timing is big. The Pretax is even bigger right here. The headshots keep on coming. Although Rain, luckily enough, cleans it up.
It was like each shot harder than the next. Right? You're coming up on somebody straight up, then you got to shoot above them, and then you got to jump out a window and shoot. It's just like being tested there, and Team Karma's able to take out Pretax finally. And this one was just too much to ask for. And a good cleanup there. Nocturnal's going to call the timeout. 5-2. I mean, it still looks like a game. From what we've seen, Nocturnal's come back easy on 3 rounds. And they've come back for more as well to make a 7-5 happen too. So we could see a few more go towards TK here after the timeout if they read this one well. I think Team Karma's done a really good job of not committing to Hero's position, figuring out the operator, denying it, as simple as it is, but then using the chaos of Bungie and Rain to just blast onto these sites like you have a double duelist when you don't. Rain's teleporting on after Paranoia, and Bungie going in scares the other ones that can hear that aren't paranoid. So a great little combo that Team Karma's using.
Yeah. Ultimate's still prepped and ready. I feel like for Nocturnal too, there's like this big mistake that's constantly being made with, you know, these outer aggression pushes. I talked about it a little bit, like seeing what happened outside of Garage. It happens every single time. They're looking for those early engagements down inside of grass, and they can't ever seem to receive it. So, I know right here, is that going to be another prime example?
Yeah, pushing out to gain the control. So they're going from every side. This should be a rotation towards C already. And you can see the rotation back around as Hero's going to change sites fully. So a good idea from Nocturnal right now. Can they execute on this with a low buy?
Oh, this is so good.
It's red. Oh my gosh. Team Karma again reads it. They have to re-clear the map though.
If anything, they might be too late.
Great read by Nocturnal here too, and I'd say an even better one.
Oh no, I'm with the op as well. This might actually be game over for the time being for TK. Oh no! Stunned out? Actually not an op, seemed like it was a Marshall. Still watching along the edges though. Shrade is left alone, going up towards heaven, playing the high grounds here. I don't think it even matters. The majority of the players are sitting around down behind boxes anyways, and they know exactly where Shrade is.
Oh, that's scary. That turret at 16 is scary. I don't think a single kudos to Team Karma. I don't think a single person that we saw go down on Nocturnal could see when they got taken out. Like, the amount of utility thrown into sight there just obliterated Nocturnal. 6-2 now. Team Karma being able to work Haven very effectively. Again, you see the crosshairs on the timeline, meaning Karma is just going to town on these frags and taking down Nocturnal every time. A low armor buy here as Nocturnal look to get themselves around back and start that econ build.
Oh, Bungie taking the first good shot, yeah. That's going to be nice enough. Losing out on some of those smokes coming out from pre-tax. Now the Killjoy gone. There's not a lot of util to use here for a possible retake. We got two players scared to even get out of their own comfort cage.
Wow. Team Karma loves B. Just absolutely loves. Reminds me of the earliest of Sentinels when Shazam would dash in and dash out of sight. And then they just wait. They wait for the enemy. Blood in the water here scaring Nocturnal. They're not going to do too much. Looks like they hide long. No operator to be saved here, but they do need the guns. We talked about that economy. And this is just so huge. The entirety of Team Karma here is replicating what they did in their first few games. When we started talking about them today in the intro, it was that the games were really consistent. They were able to keep 13-8, 13-4 wins coming in, but everybody was fragging. There wasn't a big fragger. There wasn't anybody super popping off, and that's what you're getting again, just across the board. Solid frags, solid teamwork, and it's hard to beat that.
Yeah, when somebody has good mechanics, kind of individually and as a team, I would have to believe so as well. Let's not forget, again, like Team Karma, some of these players have been playing together for ages, right? Like Emily and Rain have a very, very long history together. And it doesn't necessarily surprise me that, you know, there is a lot of trust in what TK wants to do. Right here, for example, already actually using the breach util to slowly stun these players back.
Oh.
Scout destroyed.
Team Karma wants to see how hungry Nocturnal is. They're like, how much do you want to come into our spawn? Come on. We're over here. Push us. It'll probably be about 40 seconds until we see Team Karma really make a decision on this, knowing that there is no push. And Nocturnal's going to try to call the strat before it even happens. How? How do they keep going to the opposite side? This is absurd.
They're just so good at baiting it out. I think they've kind of caught on to the Nocturnal loves to fast rotate type of vibe, because now They're gonna learn the hard way. Unfortunately, pre-tag's a bit too late. Everybody else is following right behind on Nocturnal.
Spikes down, C.
Quick plant.
Spike planted.
All right. Ooh, kind of an early cut flash there. They're gonna have to re-clear everything. And nobody in sight. The smokes could prove a lot of trouble here for the side of TK, but nope. There's another frag. Right here.
I'm still waiting to actually peek this alley. 23 seconds, unfortunately, until they get the dart, so it's not enough time. They have to fight. They're still stuck in the smoke. It happens again the second time. We've seen this.
Let's get these idiots.
Everybody makes the long C mistake at some point. Planting C and then just putting everyone long while your opponent still has a controller up. It makes it very, very sketchy.
Be fast.
And the flank taking away the eyes of a few guns. The frags to come in, but a little too late. And Nocturnal squeeze another one through. 3 defuses here, as the post plants have been mainly successful for the side of Team Karma. But again, the 7-5 is that on the board.
Oh, no. Even here, Hero. I can see why there's so many first bloods for this team, because it just keeps on rolling and coming in.
Little reset now. Still, the Rolling Thunder is up. And they're re-clearing. I think this is one thing that Nocturnal's been using to their advantage is Team Karma is playing it so slow and Nocturnal's not giving up any information that a lot of this util from Team Karma is used early, not really breaching the site. They're not clearing still. They have no idea what's going on in A and no util to find out but themselves. Now to get pushed out here and they're forced to take a bit of damage. Oh, on 2?
Oh,
Very nice.
that was a perfect
Oh,
shot.
that was gorgeous.
It's always
Gotta
coming
have
out of
those
Ellie.
ready.
Yeah. Listen, a good
Ready
Sova
to
is
go.
a Sova who knows the lineups now, especially with an ult to come through. Rolling Thunder from Emily just to stall for quite some time. Already taken the first one. Somebody on site. 2 players here. Still working their way in, but it's impossible with the Emily and Bungie duo. Rain coming along the back as well, wanting to be a part of it.
Great delay
Last
for
round in the
Nocturnal's retaliation there. And Nocturnal was fully out of A, which really helped Team Karma be able to get in with the, as I said, utility didn't get too far, but Nocturnal was out of A for a lockdown retake because Hunter's Fury wasn't up. But they didn't know Ellie is a lineup Larry. And Ellie's got those lineups again. Now Hunter's Fury is up in this situation. But yeah, that was really awesome use of the shock dart, being able to just destroy the lockdown. Such a high priority utility. And that starts off right away with Hero again, Gumpers.
I don't even know how, they keep getting away with this. How can you just let someone pick you off so easily in the beginning of the rounds? Poor Bungie hasn't even been able to play the game.
All right, let's see if they have a lineup for this.
I don't think they
Ooh,
do.
fake. Didn't actually trigger that off. Flew too far, waiting for this, and then Hero's in.
They've cleared it. TK, Rain is inside of the building.
Oh my
And they're
gosh.
looking to end things immediately. A 2v2. But then again, I mean, you're looking at the Bulldogs and the Marshals. It's not looking very, very fit for the occasion. Nocturnal. Well, they definitely know there's 2 players sitting within the smoke. They're waiting for the perfect time. Actually, anti-flash from Julia, which is perfect plan. And another one left,
Spike
Emmy.
down A.
An amazing 4-8. At least they could take a couple rounds in before they go half.
Switching sides.
That's really big, actually. You can stave off even if the bonus goes bad in a few rounds up. But Pistol's pivotal here. I think if Nocturnal really want to keep themselves in this, Pistol's pivotal. But
Spike down.
Gompers, from what we've seen from both of these teams, they seem to always have a better attack. They seem to be able to pressure each other a little bit more. and feel comfortable in the aggression. And that comes from, as Lemon Kiwi asked in the beginning, what do you think the coaches are saying? Playing their own games. Like, remember, you play your own game. No matter how much Team Karma and Emily try to condition you with all the IGLing they can do, like Nocturnal plays their own game, and I think that's what we're getting here. We'll have to see if they can start bringing it back on attack.
I think they truly can for Nocturnal. Like, again, we talk about Hero. We talk about everything that they're able to do with just their own skill. Like, look at this clear. Already completely on the site and still working their way up towards Garage.
Looks like they're going to try to stay for a Garage defense on this. Interesting post plant. They're going to go through spawn a little bit, too.
Actually still making some numbers. Cal, Emily, how are they doing it? Everybody's down in seconds. It didn't even... I blinked.
Wait, flawless? The classic classics. That was kind of gross. Let's... Julia's in. Emily, 2.
One enemy remaining.
Rain and Julia on the assist. With each other there. Not assist, but help with each other. That...
Swarm grenade.
Just walking in. Nocturnal had a great idea, I think, to kind of take control of a different space. But again, Team Karma wasn't in that space. They were going the other way. Somehow it happens every time. It's a ring around the rosy that Team Karma comes out on top. Now it's C again through Garage. Oh, through the window.
Oh, Rain is just chilling, waiting to do something for Julie here. Yeah, everybody getting the frag out. TK is destroying. There is no way to win this game, especially when TK is playing like that.
How do you
can trust my boss.
How do you have an anti-strap for that?
Miss that finger.
Like, that looked drilled. All right, mine was a little blown on how clean that answer was to what they were seeing in the moment. Team Karma, no joke right now on Haven. Avoid this team on Haven. That's kind of wild how they defended. We're into a bonus round here. It's going to be guns. Vandals across the board for the side of Nocturnal, and this is a big one, Gompers. Not much is after this round here. Team Karma could be pulling away for that lead in this best of 3.
Yeah, Team Karma have been destroying. Again, performance is crazy, and it says a lot. Like, Nocturnal have been practicing like crazy to even get to the point where they are now. And I feel like development-wise, like from what I remember from Tempest, like there is such a big development here from Nocturnal.
It's wild to actually see a team be able to compete now at this level, having come together recently, trained with each other. You can tell the vibe on the team is very good. Everybody's always got each other's back, and you can never be second guessing. That's when things fall apart. One shot misses, and Nocturnal will not second guess this attack on A. They're going strong, and they have their coverage on short. Into the site they go.
Oh, I feel bad for Bungie, though, having a Marshall just sitting inside underneath. Hell, it's not gonna work. Hero again, the first blood and the 3K. And a possibility for another one. No, you got Hero with their own teammates. I don't know. There's just somebody's got to give Hero like some sort of salary, because I can't.
30 seconds left.
Living up to the name. Absolute hero plays. The like it was like a final bullet coming out as the fault line hit along with the dash, and still a headshot on Julia, one of the top players throughout the series, and still here on to Haven. So really pivotal kills there from Hero stepping up. Wow, I feel like both operators just shot through each other's scopes but pulled their head away in time. That was really close and really fast.
The Op 1v1 game.
Yeah.
Back off. If you miss the first shot, it's not worth it. Man. Right there, though, Bungie. Oh, this is hard because the retake on A site with the Op is probably one of the most difficult. You have so many angles to cover, especially if you're playing off that contact here for Nocturnal.
All right.
That's not ready.
Okay. See, look at this. Bungie, they're like, Bungie, dive in. We got you. Okay, I will. You're going to see a jump in, smoke, and float down. Oh, not even the smoke.
Emily just clutched. The first shot to clear a completely cornered spot. Hero now. Again, I mean, Hero's a big player here. Ray knows exactly where they are. The nice dual peek to come through. TK are rolling it.
Team Karma are not messing around on Haven, and you would expect a team that's been around this long, playing together, refining their strats, at least, you know, Emily and Rain, and then the rest of the team coming in, they seem so refined. In a map like Haven, it is their playground right now. Nocturnal's going to go for the timeout here, and they're going to see what they can muster up. You just see what kind of game Hero's having right now, trying to lead the way on the front line, and the rest of the team's coming up big. We've seen Emmy with some pivotal rounds, Pre-Tax, Icy having some ridiculous frags in the last few games, and now Shrey.
Yeah.
Shrey not being able to get this lurk attack down that they had for so long in the rest of the maps, now in the sky, sticking with the team. So I think it's taken a little bit longer for Shrey to get off the ground and utilize that really good 1v1 potential.
I feel like with the typical playstyle of Team Karma, like this map probably works out the best for them. Fracture, it's such a heavy defensive aggressive map that if you're not aggressive, it's either like play first of all the very hard retake game that is almost impossible on Fracture, or again just lose. So I feel like there's so much forgiveness here, whether it be on the retake or on the attack or on the defense. Like, it's not, to me, actually, it doesn't feel too one-sided to the point where it's concerning. So
yeah, I definitely feel like Nocturnal has that chance to come back, especially with the way that Hero's been playing. Blade Storm's up, so they can cycle this into the next round. Even if it does get bad, they lose a lot of members, is what I'm saying. But they have to do everything pretty much perfect from here on out. Team Karma has Nocturnal against the ropes. I think one of the biggest things here Nocturnal can do is start to identify and just keep players close, like Hero. A lot of audio cues can now come from Hero to make a decision and make that next play. Call that next call.
no Pre-Tax. I was completely blinded. Just kind of watch there. Even enough drafting up above. You see the head. It doesn't work out. Icy comes along to try to pinch. The pinch works out nice and easy. Rain, though, with a nice refrag to come through. Somebody up behind. And it's like everybody wants to play the sneaky game, but who's going to be able to win it out? Rain having a good understanding. The timing is big. Still able to peek this. There's no paranoia, but the timing.
Pre-Tax.
Oh, this is time. Is Shreya going to be able to take that step up? We saw the 3 eliminations. Is there going to be more right now around the corner? Pete, and the match point to take it for TK.
Day, is it?
Oh, the last few steps to alert Emily. That's wild. I thought Pre-Tax had that. And not like it was the messed up. I just thought Pre-Tax had that. Emily dipped out at the last second and left only a ponytail to be shot. Oh my gosh. What timing there. 3 ultimates now. The final round possibly of the series here, Gompers. And dueling rolling thunders to be possibly used here. In goes Nocturnal. We've no time to waste.
Speaking of no time, even here they understand. Nocturnal's like, yeah, we've hit A site one too many times. It doesn't feel comfortable anymore. And I like the C site push. I genuinely think they take a lot of space here. They've conditioned TK to think that they're walking towards A.
Let's see what they can do. I think this is their first time at B, if they haven't taunted it before. Oh no. Towards the left side, they garrison the right. Oh, Ellie.
Yeah, but Hunter's Fury makes it super big here. The damage immense, and the game over
Defenders win.
for TK winning this out. Bungie with the op being a game changer for Team Karma. And now we have our winners for day 2.
Team Karma coming out strong. Nocturnal, absolutely incredible gameplay. Whoever they may face in that lower bracket is gonna have to be ready for some terrifying gameplay. Let's bring back Lemon and chat about this one, because this series went all the way and gave us just about everything.
This was a lot more dominant out of Team Karma. I thought we were gonna be here all night with how the first 2 games went, like OT, swing after swing. But Team Karma were successful on so many of their Haven plans, Riv. They're fast. You talked about their preference towards B, even though that is such an open site.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I liked the things they were trying. The time they tried to do their B play at C and just leave it, you could see that they were like, all right, what else can we get by here? What can we test? They were in such a free-flowing mode that they had so much control. But the B strategies is that they won't do it again. You flex that on your opponent so many times and becomes mental warfare. Like, they're not going to hit B again. Maybe just put something like an alarm bot there. And you put an alarm bot there, and it's just... the jet up dashing and dashing into sight, the alarm bot goes off and everybody's free to run in. The jet duel you see on your screen here, amazing stuff from both Bungie and Hero, and I can't wait to see more of their gameplay throughout Game Changers.
I just want to say, this is the first time as well that we've actually seen TK have more first bloods, ladies and gents.
It's nice to shut that down. I mean, Nocturnal, like, they had most first bloods in game 1 and game 2, both lost and won. And then Team Karma said, okay, let's not expose ourselves so early in that round, or at least let's be the one who hits the headshot, right, Viv?
Yeah, I think Hero did a really good job of opening everything up, and then Team Karma realized, like, okay, we're winning some 4v5 conversions, but it'd be better if we didn't die first. And you see kind of Emily and the rest of the team taking charge. And Gompers, I think it was really important that you mentioned and interesting that, you know, Emily's not on that KO anymore. It doesn't have to be a one-set thing. They've made themselves so versatile and being able to flex a bit. And I feel like the end of this showed that they're very good on Haven, but I don't even think we saw a lot of the Haven that they have to offer. We saw lots of B, and they kind of were able to use that against Team Nocturnal to get the win.
Gompers, I had a lot of fun, but we got to get our Gomp of the match. You know, your MVP, your big G. I know there were so many people who popped off today. Did you have an absolute favorite?
You guys are gonna know who I'm gonna say. It's Emily. Listen, I've been talking about Emily the whole entire time. First of all, a wonderful person in person, like genuinely one of the sweetest people I've ever met. Number 2, the gameplay today was so fire, I swear. Like, I had never felt so good watching a game, and I think Emily really just revived that feeling of like happiness and hope in my heart. It was really, really good. I loved watching Emily play.
The Fracture Ace was disgusting.
So good.
That was probably one of my favorite plays of the series.
And for me, just to give a shout out on someone on Nocturnal side, because even though Team Karma were the favorites, Nocturnal made them sweat. They made them stay here all night playing Valorant. It was such the best series of Game Changers by far. Got to give a shout out to Icy, top fragger, huge performer, not only yesterday, but today. And the team, you know, we talked about that exhaustion, Riv. It just obviously got to them at the end.
Very, very big consideration there. It's great that you bring it up, because that's not their first series of the day. They have to keep they had to keep going, and that becomes tough when you're playing against veterans that also know how to, again, exploit that mentality and know that you're being worn down. Make the rounds a little longer and draw out those rotations. Also, disgusting rotations throughout the day. But yeah, seeing Nocturnal, the frags that they have, the teamwork that they have in a short amount of time, we'll see them again. And I'm not saying in a different tournament. I think they're going to kind of wreck through the lower bracket, and we'll see them again.
Yeah. A lower bracket run starts today for Nocturnal.
Yeah.
But if you are just tuning in, y'all, we're going to have some Prime Gaming post-match highlights to catch you up, kind of get a speed run of this series. When we return, I'll have a Verizon post-match interview with someone from Team Karma, and you won't want to miss it.
Enemy remaining.
Enemy worthless.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds. Player dead. Defend.
Welcome back, everyone, to Game Changers. We had a grueling and intense and exciting 3-game series between Team Karma and Nocturnal, where Team Karma got through it in the end. They'll advance to the round of 16. And on the line for our Verizon post-match interview, I have the duelist superstar, Bungie. Hello. You look already cozy, ready for bed. Congratulations, though. How are you physically, emotionally holding up after that match?
I'm doing just fine. I really didn't think it was gonna be as hard as it was. They were a really good team, so props to them. Um, yeah, they played really well, but I think today we were just the better team at the end of the day. As
I know you
yeah.
guys are going to be making like montages and stuff out of all the clips we were able to get. Everyone was getting multi kills. It was so fun to watch you as well. But just since it was such a long series, everyone took so many timeouts. What were you guys or talking to each other about to learn and adapt and overcome on the fly?
We really noticed that they kind of had a tendency to just keep hitting the same site, so were really trying to adapt around that, I guess. Just we really wanted to not let them in, I guess. Um, yeah, they just kind of kept hitting the same site, and we just eventually tried to shut it down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really smart that you're able to just catch on to these trends like that and be able to come up with an answer. And you took these early timeouts and the improvements showed right away. Um, and what did you think about your duelist matchup against Hero, whether it was on the Jet or something else?
Easy.
Easy. Ooh, just one word,
Easy.
easy.
Yeah.
So fun to watch. Well, what doesn't feel easy though, this next round, I hope we get to broadcast this. You have Shopify Rebellion in your next round. What are your confidence levels for that match?
Um, Confidence is high. I get to play against one of my best friends, Sonder, Diana. She is amazing at the game, but I'm really hoping that we can make it close and come out on top.
Ooh, the Sounder versus Bungie bestie matchup. I hope the friendship remains. Well, everyone's on the upper side of the bracket, so whatever happens, nobody's knocking nobody out, so it's fine. Do you have any shout outs for somebody on your team, somebody outside the team? Final words for anyone watching?
Shout out to Julia. She's the best Senti in GC. And just shout out to my whole team. Everyone really pulled through today. And yeah, I just am happy that we won.
Julia popped off today. I remember Riv saying, Julia, it's Julia. And, oh, that was like my favorite one-liner of the night. Thank you so much for taking the time after such a long series, Bungie. Have a great night. Best of luck tomorrow.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, everyone, that was Bungie from Team Karma, the Duelist Superstar. They ended in, the series ended in their favor after a long, many overtimes later, game 3. Let me bring my analysts back in, though, for some thoughts, because it was an amazing game. I think Rivington, the best Game Changers day that we've had. It's only been 2 days, but still the best.
This was a spicy day. Like, the games are only going to get better from here, right? The games we saw, too, were actually quite close. We did have the 13-0. The one before that was struck a little better. But this series, I think, shows us what the round of 32 are now whittled down a little bit, will provide for us. And still, the lower bracket's going to have some nasty teams in it, as we do see Nocturnal going down there to start off in their first series. So a lot of confidence there from Team Karma. They were enjoying it. And, yeah, that shout-out to Julia was very right, because the double sheriff headshots, the triples, oh my gosh, yeah. It's a tough team to beat when you have people fragging like Emily and Julia and the rest of them, like Bungie on the board.
And Gomps, I almost feel so bad. I hate seeing friends have to compete against each other, where Bungie was saying that they have to compete against their bestie Saunders, Shopify tomorrow.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the players here are friends as well. Like, obviously, the interview we had recently with, I think it was Yacht Club, playing against, oh my gosh, what was the other team's name? You probably know.
Yeah, scrolling through.
Sway.
Sway. No,
yes.
yeah. No, well,
Many
yeah.
games later.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I don't know, but for Yacht Club, yeah, there was definitely one of the other people who were like, yeah, we have a game coming up with one of our friends. So, that's something that's we're excited for. So it feels like a lot of friendships are breaking today. I'm kidding.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Well, let's see maybe the friendships and rivalries that will be forming now that our bracket is complete. We started with the round of 32 today and sent a whole bunch of teams to the lower bracket. Don't forget, this is double elimination. And the people that won got to the next round. Yes. Of course, all your favorites, at least the big favorites, made it through version 1. Your past champions, FaZe, FlyQuest, EG, Genji, Complexity. Riv, all going according to plan, right?
I'm surprised. I have to see this or check out this Teddy versus $10 to DM game, which I think is a hilarious name. But yeah, 2-0 there, especially with the way Teddy played through Open. Surprising, but maybe not once I check that. They're going to go up against FaZe, so that could be a pretty big clash. And yeah, it is expected, as you said, around the major teams that we saw coming in. Still holding true, and it's going to be tough to beat them.
And Goms, you talked about that friendship where Yacht Club had to face Supernova Galaxy.
Yeah.
Supernova Galaxy 2-0'd them. Friendship broken.
Friendship is actually broken. It's GG. I don't know. Listen, if I was on that team, I'd be hitting the wall right now. No, but yeah, I mean, overall, they said it was going to be like a fun experience. And, obviously playing with your friends, it kind of feels like a 10-man at the same time. So for me, it's pretty fun to see. I feel like everybody in Game Changers at the end of the day is like pretty close homies. And, you're always playing with the same group of people, or sometimes newer people tend to come in and then they're part of the community as well. So it's really nice to see that everybody at the end of the day is having fun.
Yes. And you know who especially had fun today, Riv? You know where it was truly GG? Our aim lab flick of the day. Check out what Emily is up to.
Oh, the ace. Woo! Running forward.
Sure.
I love yeah. Gonna let it play again.
Left, right, left. She checks both sides of the road before she crosses. Kids gotta learn.
Is such a vibe when you're like 21 health, one more kill, let me find it. Like instantly wide swings out to find the last one, hunkers down, dodging the headshot, and just lets loose with the Vandal for the ace. amazing, especially since we didn't get any aces out of the amount of 3Ks and 4Ks we saw in Lotus between those two teams, between Nocturnal and Team Karma. Now we finally got treated to it as Emily started us off, and then we got another one too throughout that game.
So many clips, and it was very contentious on who got flick of the day, but we had to give it to someone who gets an ace by flicking from one side of the screen to the other, Gomps. And also, Gobbers, we had that Emmy versus Emily anime battle that I thoroughly enjoyed on that map.
The anime battle of this century. Who was the better Emma? Honestly, at that point, like that was the battle. And I feel like, listen, Emma was doing a very good job, but when you're Emily pulling aces like that out of your pocket, pulling 4Ks like that out of your pocket, left and right, every single map consistently, and then you get off the game and you're being chilling. Like, I feel like that just makes sense to me. Like, Emily was popping off. Listen, I'm gonna give my praise where it's due. Like, she went insane.
She could take my LP and she could take my job, since Emily also just, casually duos as a VCT analyst. What can Emily not do? Well, also get our AIM Lab flick of the day. Well, that is it, everyone, for Game Changers today. Game Changers returns Thursday next week at 5 p.m. Eastern, where we will qualify our first 4 teams into our $50,000 Game Changers main event. Make sure you follow ValEsports_NA on Twitter for all the Game Changers updates and sick clips, including the one from Emily. And thank you all again, everyone, for watching, and those who came to support these amazing players on their journey to being the best. Join us again next week, but for now, have a great night.
Seconds.